Hello, hello. Here we are again, coming to you from Broadcast Team Alpha with the Paranormal World Show. And yes, this show probably for a lot of people could be considered paranormal, but that would be for the untrained mind. The ones that has done a little bit of research and listened to some of my teachings and recordings before, as well as many others, we will understand that it is all science backing it up. And I'm going to lean on quantum mechanics here when I'm going to start explaining what we're going to do. So, yeah, my name is Aage, and I'm the host here tonight. And we're transmitting on 44 different platforms around the world for you, so you can find us just about anywhere. And we're also transmitting on the Conscious Awakening Network. It's a wonderful place. I spent some extensive time over there looking through all the 50 or so different shows over there. A lot of good stuff. You got to go visit those people because there's things you need to know that you're not supposed to know right there. And you can find them at consciousawakeningnetwork.org. And also, if you are watching this on YouTube, that's the place to be because we can also interact with you in the chat room. That's about the only place we have access to a chat room where we can communicate with the listeners and the viewers. Because many of the other platforms, they don't give us a chat room. So, and if you like what you hear, please subscribe. That'll really help us a lot. As well as the super chat is open. So if you want to support us there also, it really would be appreciated. So I thank you very much for that. I'm going to talk a little bit about the MedBeds. What is it? How does it work? And how does it compare with what the mind can do? And by the time this recording and this show is over, you're going to get to experience the MedBed. So stay with us on this one. The ones that stay with us, they will have a great advantage. They may be able to improve their health in ways you could never imagine. And the ones that just skip through and are looking for the med bed and whatever they find back there at the end of the show, yeah, good luck to you because you're going to need it. I want to build a floor of understanding so you can see what the mind is capable of and what the capability of the medbed is. They can probably do some of the same things. At least that is what the experiences of many people, thousands of people around the world, have proven that is so. There is hundreds of medical research. The Heart Math Institute is one good place to go and research. Go look at them. You're going to find that what I'm going to talk about here, yeah, it's real. So I want to tell you about a guy. His name was Maurice Goodman. He was in a plane crash. This was back in the 1970s, before too many people started talking about the power of the mind, because the mind didn't even exist, but science was concerned. Now they start talking about it. And the doctors, they did not expect him to live very long. He broke his back right above his chest. That's a that's a bad situation. He severed the spinal cord. He punctured his diaphragm. He could only breathe through a ventilator. He could not move any part of his body. Now, he understood the power of the mind, so he went to work, visualized a healthy, reconstructed spinal column and a spliced spinal cord. Well, back in the 70s, that was kind of a revolutionary idea. But he understood the power of the mind and the visualization and the effect of it. A short time afterwards that he started, he regenerated his diaphragm so he could breathe again without the aid. Now, also, he regrew his spinal cord and he spliced the spinal cord. Doctors were dumbfounded because in a few months he was up walking again. They didn't understand how this could happen because they did not understand the power of the mind. And that was Maurice Goodman. Later, everybody probably know Joe Dispenza's story. When he was in an accident and he shattered his spinal cord and cut the spinal cord. He also rebuilt it by thinking it into existence. In a very short time, he was up walking again too, even though the doctors had condemned him to never walk again. That is some of the stuff that, yeah, the brain and the mind in conjunction with each other can do. The brain has tremendous capabilities. The mind will work with the brain. The brain is in the cranium and the heart. There's a brain in each one of them. And the brain and the cranium and the heart work with the mind, which is non-local. That is part of the unified field or the spiritual consciousness, if you like it. There's many different names for it out there. Now, the MedBed, they can do some of the same thing as Maurice Goodman and Joe Dispenza did, because it also taps into the unified field where everything past, present, and future already is, if it ever have been thought of. So now it latches onto that and bring it back into the physical, where it can take on a vibration where we'll be able to see it, feel it, and experience it. So what I would highly suggest, watch this video all the way through to the end, and you will understand what you can do. But I also want you, towards the end, I'm going to see to that you get to experience the MedBed. Now, the subconscious mind has tremendous capabilities. And the subconscious mind takes everything at face value. Whatever it is told, it is registering and storing as fact. That's dangerous, folks. Some of the stuff we think about, oh, that's bad news. But it all goes in and become part of your subconscious recording, which also has an effect on your health, your outlook on things, your habits, and your character. We should think about that when we think about people and things. And, you know, we think stuff about other people like your brother-in-law, you know. He's an idiot, right? Well, why should we think stuff like that? Because thoughts and words are things, and they have vibration that affects whatever the direction to is going. And the thing about it is that it doesn't matter if you believe it. If you say something, the subconscious mind believes it and it stores it as fact. So the subconscious mind now will create a subconscious mind program that pops up every so often and will affect your daily life. That is what Morris Goodman and Joe Dispenza and hordes of other people have done to cure themselves of illness and many other things. So if you think this is bullpucky, that is okay, but allow yourself to go through the exercise so it is stored in the subconscious mind as a good fact that will again affect your outlook on things and your health and your habits and your character. Let the subconscious mind get in the game with you. Let it decide. See, we have three different types of, we're told anyway, that we have three different types of MedBeds. One of them is the technology is here already, different forms of it. It is one that kills bacteria and virus and help with a few other things. We had that back in the 1940s. Royal Rife. He took, I think it was 40 different people that are on their deathbed with cancer, and he cured every one of them except for two that quit the program. Everybody else was cured. And of course, you know, the medical society jumped right on top of him and did away with him. But the technology is here, and it is surfacing now in many different places, different forms, as well as involved in these medbeds. When you are on that medbed, you are subjected to the vibration that Royal Rife and many others have figured out how to work, because they find the mortal oscillatory rate of a cancer cell or other viruses and so on, other diseases, and is subjected to that mortal oscillatory rate and kills it. It's very simple. I didn't say it was easy because it's been hidden from you. Then there is another medbed, and that is the one, yeah, it kills viruses and bacteria also, but it rebuilds physiological structures in the body. If you had, let's say, a lung disease, and let's say, oh, let's take another example. You've been a lush, you've been drinking all your life, and your liver is gone bad news. It can help rebuild the liver with new cells because it promotes a lot of stem cells, and it creates other situations in the body that help you rebuild the liver. Now, that is a little bit beyond the first form of medbed, but it is still within the scope of what the mind can do. The mind can do that too. And then there is a third kind of medbed, to make it in a simple way, that is, this is what we are told, that that medbed can rebuild the body and regenerate it back to a younger physiological form. I know some people call that age regression, and I guess it might be, but not quite, because if you have an age regression, you're taken back to earlier time, that means you could lose some of the memory of what you did later, but here the memory stays with you. So it is only the physiological form that is in the brain and the rest of the body that is made into a younger form. The memories stay the same. So this is that's above my pay grade, so I'm not going to go into that one too much because it is supposed to be coming. But I want you to experience the medbed. And you have an idea now what the brain and the mind can do when they work together. You remember Goodman, remember Joe Dispenza. They did it. They have the same brain you have. No difference. If they did it, we can do it. But we have to do what works with the neural network we have in the brain and wake up the centers in the brain that can do the kind of work that is unusual. So like Joe Dispenza says, and what I forget, there was average people can do average and do excellent things beyond the average. I don't think that was it, but it's close. I want to take you on a journey, and as you have seen in the beginning of the recording here, that's a picture of what a medbed could look like. It may not be exactly the same. It may be variances to it because it's just like a car 3 years ago that didn't look that looks different than what it looks today. So there may be a little difference in the way they look, but they have the same facilities, capabilities, and healing abilities. So I want you to sit back and I'm going to take you into the medbed. I'm going to talk you through what you can do all by yourself if you run this recording again. Put yourself in the medbed and I'll talk you through it. So close your eyes for right now. Put your feet on the table and relax. Put your hands down. Don't drink coffee. Just relax. Let your mind drift. And when your mind goes quiet, the body relaxes. When the body relaxes, the mind relaxes. So stay with me and just listen. I'm going to take you into the medbed. See yourself in your mind. You are totally relaxed here right now, but in your mind's eye, visualize yourself walking down the corridor at what looks like a hospital. See yourself walking down a corridor. You get to the end of the corridor. There is a dual door exit. You open up the doors and walk through it. You walk into a room that looks like a medical operating room. They have electronics, screens, and visualized images on one wall with chairs that are kind of like a bench next to it. That's the control room. In the middle, you have the medbed that you saw in the beginning of this show. It is sitting right there, two of them next to each other. You walk up to the side of the med bed. You can see the lid on it. It's closed. In the lid, there is kind of like a computer screen on the lid on one side, on the side you are standing. That is part of monitoring what is happening in the med bed. Now you have a technician coming up next to you. He pushes a button on the panel. The lid comes open. It is wide open, and there's a step. You step on the step and get up in the med bed, and you lay down in the med bed. You can feel it's comfortable. It is soft. And then the lid closes. Your subconscious mind is taking this all in and recording it as a fact with the expected results believable and being executed. Whatever happens here becomes real to the subconscious mind. Now, you know why you came here. And you know why you are laying on this med bed. Think of the part of your body that you want to have improved. Visualize it as it was perfectly healthy. Visualize it as it would work in a perfect order. You can hear there's a little electronic hum underneath the med bed. It tells you it is running, it is working, and it is healing your body. Remember, this is the second kind of medbed, which also can rebuild the structure of organs. That includes healing and rebuilding of individual organs, that being liver, pancreas, heart, brain, anything you want to have rebuilt and healed is being done now. Feel yourself laying in the medbed. Remember Morris Goodman. He healed himself by the way he was thinking of visualizing a healthy spine and a spinal cord. The medbed can do the same because it goes to the same source for energy to be placed into the physical to rebuild the organs you are thinking about. You know it is being rebuilt. Feel it. Let the emotion of knowing that you are being healed and the body will rebuild itself. Let the emotion come to the surface. Even to where the tears flow. Know it is being done. You expect it. In your mind's eye again, remember what the medbed looked like. You saw it, it is recorded, and you know it can do what you expect of it. Now feel the organ or organs or the healthy body you are thinking of. See it in your mind as healed, cured, or rebuilt to perfect operating order. Feel it. Know it is happening. Be thankful for having the opportunity to do this. Say thank you. Thank you. Feel the gratitude for the healing and the rebuilding of what you're thinking of having happened. Feel the gratitude. Feel the gratitude. Be thankful. And know the rebuilding of your body is in process. The energy that the medbed is projecting onto you is stored in every cell of your body. The vibration of it is stored in every cell of your body permanently. So it will stay with you and keep working on your body long after you quit thinking about it. It is there with you permanently to keep the body healthy and rebuilt to perfect operating order. Feel the flushing through your mind of a happy feeling, knowing this had worked for you. It is yours. The healing is yours. Say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And feel the gratitude for the emergence of a healthy body is coming into play in you and all around you. In your bioelectromagnetic field is being repaired. That's the aura. the chakra energy centers throughout the body is being restored to its original perfect rotational speed. You are so thankful for this moment. Now, also remember, every time you sit down in your meditations, if you watch this video again, you participate in it again and again and again. This will make a difference. This is what we do in the mastermind sessions on Sunday, when we have a tremendous results similar to what you are having here. Remember, the energy from the medbed is embedded in every cell of your body and stay with you long after you quit thinking about it. So now the session is over. You can hear the humming down below you in the medbed stop. The lid comes open. You sit up and you exit the medbed. Then you turn around and the lid closes. Go over and put your hand on the lid and say, "Thank you. I thank you." Because remember, everything has consciousness. You are speaking with a unified field, the spiritual science, the universal mind, or whatever you call it. Now, promise yourself you will incorporate this or something like it in your meditations every day. If you have an ailment that is critical, watch it change. And it will. So now we are done. Think of the possibilities of what you thought of in your body that you wanted improved. Watch it healed or rebuilt. Remember Maurice Goodman, Joe Dispenza, and thousands of others. Be one of them because you believe it can happen and you are doing the work to make it happen. So then, now it is up to you. This is very simple. Everybody can do this. Be one of them. and things will change. So now I will leave you with this. And if you like what you heard, please subscribe. We sure appreciate it. Until next time, next video, be good to each other.